We're joined now by Andrew Steininger.
There you go.
The Senior Vice President at the Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce. Thanks for joining us.
It's great to be here.
The Brooklyn Chamber has been growing rapidly, like Brooklyn has. You guys are now the biggest chamber in the state.
That's right.
So congratulations on that first.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about why you guys are growing and how you're helping spur some of this development that's going on, especially the development of small businesses.
Sure.
Across the borough.
I think the reality is that the Brooklyn Chamber is benefiting in many ways from what Brooklyn's all been benefiting, which is this explosive growth.
Yeah.
Brooklyn is booming, job creation's at an all-time high, we're leading the city, and the Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce has been experiencing a rapid growth. We're up to 2,200 members now, makes us the largest in New York State. And I think what you have to ask yourself as an organization like ours is, how do you serve businesses? And there's as many businesses as there are there unique needs. And I think the Brooklyn Chamber has a home for everybody, whether you're in healthcare, whether you're a maker, whether you're in tourism, all these industries, we have a home for you, and we're able to serve those businesses in the way that they need them, in the way that they want them, and in their business.
I know, there's chambers of commerce. When people hear chambers of commerce, they generally think of, only the bigger businesses, kind of like the more, longer-term businesses that have been in a borough or been in an area. You guys have been really reaching out to a lot of the newer businesses, the up-and-coming businesses, though, right?
That's right, absolutely. We are not your grandfather's Chamber of Commerce. This is not just award ceremonies, although we do award ceremonies, just to be clear about that. What this is all about is helping those niche businesses that are saying, how do I finance my business when I'm not creditworthy? How do I get MWB certification? How do I get involved in city procurement? How can I have access to those 4,000 tourists that come over the Brooklyn Bridge every day? That's who we're serving. We're connecting them with those people with unique programs, specifically like explorebk.com. Great new website we launched which serves the tourism community. You move on to www.brooklynmade.nyc. This is a certification program for manufactured goods here in Brooklyn. We are identifying makers who are committed to locally producing products here, and then we're telling the world about it because we're not shy. Brooklyn means craft, it means precision, it means excellence, and we want to make sure that everybody that's interested in those sort of products and those sort of goods and those businesses knows about them, supports them, and gets behind Brooklyn's business community.
What do you see in terms of the potential or the growth pattern that so far, this explosion of growth in Brooklyn, where do you think it's going to lead? Do you see a cap arriving at a certain point? Can you project any projections that you've already made in order to help those businesses that exist and the ones that are coming in? What are you projecting? Sure,
what I don't think that there's a limit. There is none. Brooklyn's human capital is its strength. You have 2.6 million people. We will overtake Chicago as the third largest city in the nation by 2020. That's a huge deal. 90 spoken languages, 180 ethnicities. You're talking about a place whose talent pool is unsurpassed by any other place on planet Earth. So if you combine that with the capital, the investments that are being made in the borough, there's no limit. I think what the challenge that faces all of us really, which I think is the limit, is that, and the borough president spoke about this earlier, this can't just be a downtown, a Dumbo thing. It's great, the Navy Yard's great, but we need to figure out ways to get this growth into Canarsie, East Flatbush, Brownsville, Cypress Hills, all those communities that really need our support. That's where the focus of everybody, elected officials, chambers of commerce's, borough presidents need to be, because without that sort of intense focus, we're not going to see the same job creation and the same distribution of all this success that we have right here, right in downtown, right in Navy Yard.
From your members, what is the biggest concern you have to this development, to this growth? What's the thing that maybe is holding the borough back? I know the borough president just talked about disruption and embracing the disruptive economies and not holding that. Is that the thing that's holding back?
That's a great question. You know what I think? A lot of people, if you walked into any street in Brooklyn, you walked in 18th Avenue, you walked down in Coney Island on Brighton Beach, and you said, what's the number one problem? They say red tape. That is the number one issue. They say government issues, relating with government. I'll give it to the mayor, who's really said that cutting red tape, reducing the time to open a business, to work with your different regulating agencies, that's the number one business issue that is facing Brooklyn's business community. I know it sounds plain vanilla, but frankly, it's a really big deal. If you're trying to open a business, you're trying to expand your business, and it takes you a year, 2 years to get a permanent DOB, that can't keep going on. We need to find a way to cut through that, still keep our consumers safe, still protect the people that are buying products and they're walking into our stores, but then also figure out a way to make this more efficient, more business friendly, That's the number one issue that face our members. That's what we're being asked to get involved in. And we want to work with the mayor and everybody that's involved in this to sort of solve these issues.
Is it that it's overregulated in general, and specifically you're feeling it in Brooklyn more so than maybe in other boroughs, or is it just a malady that afflicts the entire city of New York?
I feel it's ubiquitous. However, in Brooklyn, we are growing rapidly, so I think we're facing those problems of growth, and naturally, we're going to want to cut through that stuff. But I think it's just a common complaint that people have, and we want to figure out a way to get through it.
Great. Andrew Steininger, thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us, and thanks for coming to our event. And we'll obviously be following what happens in Brooklyn for years to come.
We appreciate it. Right back at you.
Great, thanks.
Thank you.